Hi everyone, it's Kelly at Unisys, and today I am going to be talking about triangulation. Um, so triangulation is an approach that people use to divide and conquer, and it's using indirect communication um, with two people who, or well, I suppose it could be more, two people who aren't really communicating with each other. And so the communication is done by the person who is manipulating the other two, and it's used to get the people into conflict with each other. So one way that it could happen is in friendship groups, and another way is, the other day when I was talking about scapegoats and golden children, the golden child, it can be used by parents against the children so that they are fighting with each other. When I was doing I was looking at doing some research when I was looking up triangulation, and I made a connection between this and something else that I learned while I was in my counselling training, which I did between 2009 and 2011. And it was a massive, like, aha moment for me. I learned about something called the drama triangle by Cartman. And that's where you have a victim, a persecutor, and a rescuer. And these roles are interchangeable, and people in the drama triangle might have different ideas about which role they are. And so it's like, so the rescuer is like trying to fix everything. The victim is obviously poor me, I can't fix anything, I can't do anything for myself. And then the persecutor is pointing the finger at everybody else, saying it's your fault, it's not, obviously not mine. And this is obviously a very unhealthy dynamic, but it plays out, I've realised, not in just relationships between people, but also, like, if you think about, I've done a lot of thinking about this actually. Think about the state and how it treats people who need support through benefits, and have all this mandatory reconsiderations and threats to stop the benefits unless they do X, Y, and Z. And it puts people into the role of victim, and the sort of the people who are carrying out the rules either into the rescuer or the persecutor role. So I've thought about it in those ways. To stay out of the drama triangle, what you need to develop is some skills such as assertiveness, compassion, empathy, and self-awareness. And if you can develop those skills, then you will interact in a different way with these people. Because I think it's quite natural to fall into the role of rescuer, to try and help other people, but sometimes it's not the best thing to do because they might not want your help, or they might not want the help that you are able to give them, or they may take the help and then not reciprocate, and then you're left feeling like it's all give and no take. So it's not the best role to have. It's good to try and support someone without rescuing them, which is a really fine balance to take. And it's a lot easier to blame someone else than to think about your own part in situations. And unless you do a lot of work, then that is the default position that you might take, because you've probably learned it off other people. And yeah, so it is. And so you end up turning into a persecutor if you start blaming everybody else. And do you really want to be seen as a bully? Or would you rather say, well, actually, this is what's going on in this situation, and whilst that part of it, I find that part of it unhelpful when you behave like that, but I can see that my behaviour is causing you to get upset and take responsibility for your part in it. And that helps you to create much better connections with people and much more healthy relationships. So doing that inner work is really important. So if you would like some help to develop some healthier responses to people who are in these roles, or if you're recognizing that you're in that role or one of those roles, counseling can definitely help with this. And the counsellor is completely on the client side, but that doesn't mean that they don't challenge the person that they're working with when, like, in order to help them to take responsibility for their part in situations, because nobody's completely a victim. Everybody's got resources that they can use to problem solve. It's not healthy for someone to be a rescuer, and it certainly isn't healthy for you to blame everybody else. So yes, if you would like to develop healthier relationships and patterns with others, then I will put the link in the comments. If you're watching this on Instagram, the link's in the bio, and I would love to hear your comments about the information that I've shared today. If you have some experience of that, how you've overcome it, or if you'd like to add anything to what I've said, I'd love to hear from you. Bye.